Bumblebee 2 has been announced.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, man, 5 months ago, if I would have heard another Transformers movie, I'm like, cut it out. But I am so excited. I am so excited to hear that they are doing a second movie. Because what it, guys can bring up what the first one did, because I know it didn't open big. But I think it started to pull ahead, and I wonder internationally how it did.
What's been announced about the second one? Just that it's happening,
Just that
or
it's
It's in
happening.
development. And they hit a milestone as far as worldwide. I think
Okay.
it's like 414 million
Good.
or something
Okay,
like
good.
that. And they decided that's good enough.
These movies do well internationally. I mean,
It was the China box office
Yeah,
to push
man,
them over.
of
Hasn't
course.
even opened in Japan yet.
okay, good. 419 million worldwide. It made 117 domestic. I think that's a damn shame.
Its production
It's a
budget
damn
pretty
shame.
pricey.
135, and that's not including marketing, obviously. So it probably made close to 200 mil.
I think they'll be
So-
smarter with titling the new movie. I don't think it's going to be just called Bumblebee 2. I
gotta
think
call
it's
it
going to
Transformers.
involve more
Yeah.
Transformers. I would love to see Travis Knight return.
Me too.
To direct this one.
He absolutely has to.
I want to get more Transformers involved now, and I don't want it to just be an all-out assault on the senses like what the Michael Bays were, but if you can do that first 10 minutes, you should have seen in the theater when Bumblebee started, Christian and I are sitting there and we're sitting back like a normal movie theater patron. As soon as that movie kicks in, we both leaned up into our chairs and we're just like, this is everything we wanted
Yes.
from a Transformers movie since we were little tykes.
It was.
is
That's
Haley
exactly right.
Steinfeld? Do you guys want her in this?
I would
Yes,
love for
she's
her to be
great.
back.
Yes.
I don't think she will be because the way that they left it.
Not John Cena, though. I can't
Nah,
have Cena
I'm
be.
with you. I'm with you.
Bring back Josh Duhamel.
The problem was.
I've been saying that since 2000.
But then that means it's not in the 80s anymore.
No,
And
you
I
gotta
think
keep it in the
should
80s.
Keep
You
it
gotta
in the
keep it in
80s
the
so
80s.
Haley can
I
come
love
back.
him.
Yeah, keep it in the 80s. And
D.H. Duhamel.
Duhamel.
Oh, he was on my ABC soaps.
Winnie Goldfish.
The problem is that you got to keep it. You got to keep it in the 80s, but you can't. The problem with John Cena was that Travis Knight directed everybody in one movie, and then he apparently directed Cena in another movie because Cena was in a Michael Bay movie.
I didn't. Cena didn't bother me the way it bothered you guys.
It just
And everybody else.
He just was. He was just.
fine.
He just was in a different
I
movie.
just
He was
don't-
playing.
He was barely in it.
But when he was playing it very
I
over
don't
the
need
top.
him in the movie that much. If he has the same role he has in New Bumblebee, I'm not going to not see the movie,
No.
but I think that John Cena is a guy who has the talent to be in a more centralized role in a future Bumblebee movie, but it needs to be coaching or
Yeah, it just was a different movie. It was a different tone. He was very cartoony. But I would like to. I don't think you need him in the movie. I think that's the point with this whole thing. My biggest problem with the Michael Bay movies in general were that they relied too much on the human story. You don't need them. You can but it could be a brand new human that comes in. I think Haley Steinfeld was incredible in the movie, and I loved her in the movie. And if she came back, I would applaud it. But you don't need her. Bumblebee was defined well enough. Prime is back, and now we get to see Prime inside of this thing. I don't think you necessarily even have to call it Bumblebee 2. Like you said, Transformers, I don't know, Bumblebee and
2
Prime.
That's what
whatever
I
it might be.
was just going to say.
Bumblebee
we have
and Prime.
Optimus Prime now, Bumblebee and Prime. Maybe Transformers : Bumblebee and Prime.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm down because I think people didn't see this movie. Enough people didn't see this movie because of the stink on the other ones, and it's a shame.
It also had a shit ton of competition when it came out. It
Yes.
had to deal with Aquaman.
Yeah,
it had to
Spider-Man.
deal with Mary
Spider-Verse
Poppins
and Mary
Returns,
Poppins.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You find a good release date that lets this be the tentpole film for whatever couple weeks it comes out.
March.
Now all of a sudden you start talking about this
Yes.
Hasbro universe, this Allspark thing that they want to create because they don't just want to make more Transformers movies. Now they're going to incorporate G.I. Joe and Rom the Space Dude.
Mask.
And Micronauts.
Yeah.
Mask.
Give me-
possibly Power Rangers.
Be careful though with that before they start. Like this is the Monster Universe did the same thing.
Put them
Don't-
all in the Vitamix.
Don't give me an announcement for a multiverse until you have a couple hit movies.
What if you introduce, say, Mask in the next movie?
Post-credit
and-
scene.
Maybe
Post-credit
post-credit, or it's like they go to some kind of researcher, right? And he's like, yeah, you got to do this, this, and this. And they're like, thanks. And he turn around and he gets back to work, and it's a mask.
Yeah, I mean,
right? And
That's
then
what they did in
set that up.
Godzilla.
Yeah, just
that worked
plant-
because you just had little teases of Mothra.
I don't
Hey,
mind
what's
them
going on with Skull
planting
Island?
things
No,
because it
I
sets
got
up
it.
the universe. Yeah.
Transformers, PB&J, Prime, Bumblebee, and the Justice League.
Done. No,
Mix them up.
They're saying no.
Brad.
They're saying no.
Dude, trouble.
Yeah. But everybody else, we need this movie, right? Agreed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked it a lot.
We don't want this,
I
you
don't.
know?
I don't need it, but I do.
I need it.
I want it.
I need it Probably because the same reason. The G1 Transformer scene, all that, we get Prime, but Travis Knight needs to come back. He needs to be involved with this. I don't want to see it like another director come in, not Michael Bay, but another director comes in and takes away from that magic that Travis Knight got.
Yeah.
He got it.
Very millennial of you guys.
I just think he
I
did.
need it.
Yeah, I think he did a lot. I think he did a lot right.
I deserve it. That's millennial.
I've earned it.
I don't need. I mean,
I don't think I've earned it, but I think you know what? F it, I've earned
No,
it.
we-
As a Transformers fan,
Now you
fan,
hated the. I
I
didn't
hated
hate the first.
How big of a Transformers fan were you? As a
I
kid?
got up. I got up before school to watch it, and you did not get me up
Really?
in the morning for
Wow.
anything.
And you liked the first
And I
one?
got up, rode my bike to my friend's house. So we're talking 6 a.m. during
And
school.
that was
yeah.
it. Say,
Yeah.
look, I am definitely in the minority. A lot of people really like the first one and then hate all the rest of them.
I didn't love it,
But people,
but I
I
didn't
liked
hate
it.
it.
for me, I can't. The second Optimus Prime is hiding behind a house and we're dancing around, I'm out. And,
I was
and
But he's so
Fine.
big.
Bumblebee's.
He's enormous.
I was fine with that.
big
I was
dude.
fine with him hiding. I was fine with the first movie.
Bumblebee peeing on people, the racist bots inside. I'm
Well,
good.
no, everything that sound like if the rest of the movies were really good, I would look back and be like, well, yeah, they had a nice start with Transformers, then it got better. But here's my question to you: is that because you were so disappointed with the first one, that's the one that we paid money to see.
Yeah.
I think I paid money to see the second one, and you went to a screening because I was home.
Was it the last night?
It was Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen.
And then Dark of the Moon, we had a screening, and then everything else we've gotten to see for free.
Right.
So how many Transformers movies would you have seen? Would you have paid money to see because you have the hope? And let's be fair,
Yeah.
the Transformers movies put together great trailers to sell the movie to get your hopes up
Michael Bay
before
is
you were
the
ultimately
king. Is
disappointed.
the king of putting together good trailers to sell his shit boxes.
So how many movies would you have paid to see?
All of them. Because
That's my point. Is that if you say that to me,
I know.
then you have earned the right to say I deserve
because
a better Transformers movie.
That's the thing. I don't think that they are going to get this Masters.
Interesting logic.
I don't think they're going to get this Masters of the Universe thing
These
right.
guys, poor
No.
guys wanted this for what 40 some
For a
odd
while.
years.
But listen, I don't think they're going to get this Masters of the Universe thing. I think they're going to. I think it's going to be terrible. I don't think they understand it.
I just
think it's
don't-
going to.
just
It's
don't.
going. It's going to be terrible. But same thing. I would go with the hope of they can make it work if they just. I'm going to go there with the hope. Riley and I will probably go together,
Yes.
and we're going to walk out depressed, and then we're going to get hammered that night.
To what, He-Man?
Masters of the Universe, yes.
Is it happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
they say it is.
I'm just
We'll
waiting
see.
for an Orko spinoff.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we reported though that another writer, another
Yeah.
director.
A lot of people
coming
read
on
our
this
treatment,
thing.
liked our treatment.
Yeah, they
on
did.
schmoesno.com.